The G-Wade Podcast with Deacon Dirty.
Wow.
That's got to be a wonderful feeling.
Did he put on a tie?
So Distinguished Gentleman became a big story about my tie.
Okay. So that was
About
floating
my
around the
American
set.
tie. Yes. So I was just a spectator that first day.
Okay.
But I stayed the whole day, and I had a suit and tie. I was trying to help out Russell with cables. They said, don't touch that. That's the union.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah,
I can't help out. So I just need to stay quiet and observe. I waited to be an extra. It didn't happen that day. Then they said, you can come back tomorrow.
Okay.
Same suit on, same tie. Eddie Murphy see me again. You're not even in the scene. No. Give me that tie. I can't. Frank Capra told me, Frank Capra III, shout out to Frank Capra III. He told me, he's the first AD, told me, I'm trying to get in the scene.
Yeah, right.
I don't know what to do. Help me, somebody. And he's like, Ty, he's messing with me. And
That had to be cool.
and the third day they missed me. Because the third day I was supposed to do it, right?
Wow.
So I stayed the whole day that way. And that day was 16 hours. I stuck around 16 hours every location. I got on their little movement where they moved from one place to the next to the Union City. I met B. Smith that day.
Okay.
And it was incredible. I'm standing here like in awe. Charles Dutton walked up on me.
Wow.
And I'm like in awe. And I'm standing here, everybody saying, give me the tie. Everybody messing with me. Give me the tie.
Where did you get the tie from? That's what I want to know.
It was, I'm from D.C. right?
So you can find a tie.
So
a political tie.
my mom-
yeah.
So
Thanks to that tie.
Yeah. So my mom was like, well, this is a thing from Washington, D.C. You might be an extra in it. Wear a tie. We're going to see you.
Yeah.
Like, in the
Got you.
background.
Okay. That
We'll
makes sense.
see you in the
Yeah.
scene somewhere. That was, hey, man, you can't. And he was like, you can't have that tie on. You're going to be, like, we looking at you because you got the tie on. And my mom was right.
That's the point.
Yeah. So day 3, I have to admit, I was scared. I was
Okay.
like, I can't just hang out. I got to figure this out. School, the whole all that.
Now, you're fresh out of high school at this point, right?
I didn't go to my graduation.
Wow.
So I'm talking fresh. Like everybody having parties, graduation parties.
Yeah.
I was on Distinguished Gentleman set.
But you're on the path to your career, like, early.
At that moment, I was just in awe. I mean, at that moment, I'm like, I met Eddie Murphy. He's talking to me every day. They're messing with me.
Right.
I'm sitting down with Russell, at the table with incredible people. Frank Capra III is the AD. His father's grandfather's Frank Capra. It's a Wonderful Life. Like, I'm sitting here, like, he's talking about how his father, how he remember when he was a child doing It's a Wonderful Life in D.C.
Wow.
And I'm sitting here like, what just happened?
I can tell you exactly what I did after I graduated. It wasn't that. Nowhere near that.
Yeah. It was so it captivated me. And,
Had to, yeah.
And it captivated me. And I was coming up through Southeast. I was coming up through hardship, and I was coming up to things where I was in the TV ministry and I would always openly express what God gave me. Oh, I want to do this like Spike Lee. I want to, and they were like, oh, you Denzel, you Spike Lee. It was a joke. And so that was another protection of that moment, because when I was there, I felt very respectful and honored. And I was on my P's and Q's because Russell was an Academy Award winner. He was a rare in this world. And right now he's an African American museum. Right now. Wow. So I'm looking at this is at that moment. So I walked into a situation. It's a big situation. This is some, $90 million project. And so that was my first exposure to what a film production would even look like. So I'm there and I'm just really overwhelmed. I'm captivated by every department, how they move and everything. And so I didn't care, man. I missed a lot of parties. I didn't do a party, nothing. And I said, no, I can't, And then that third day, I remember I forgot to get the location. And I didn't have a phone back in the days.
Right.
They couldn't get in contact with me. So on the fourth day, I kept calling the hotel. When is he going to be back? Tell him to call me. He was tired. What do you want? I said, man, can I come again? Yes, we're going to be at, whatever it was.
Yeah.
And I was like, thank you. And he said, don't wear the suit. Don't wear the tie. Because it was,
Yeah.
a little. Everybody was talking. It was a little
That's
probably
funny.
awkward a little bit too, because I was getting a lot of attention about that. So the next time I came, Frank Capra was trying to find me, And he said, "Hey, man, here's your W-2 and the walkie-talkie." And that was the day I got on.
Wow.
So I was the PA. I was the PA that day, and we were on the Washington Mall by the reflection pool, and Victoria Rawell, shout out to Victoria Rawell, played the love interest, and she kept looking at me. The tie, you back in, you back here? And I was like, yeah. She said, congratulations, and everybody knew.
What?
And by the end of that day,
What you do with that tie, bro?
Eddie Murphy.
Did you
fired
frame
me.
it?
Isn't that in the
Eddie
frame,
Murphy
bro?
fired me.
You framed that tie?
Eddie Murphy fired me.
Really?
Yeah, he fired me. He said,
On that fourth day?
yeah, on the fourth day I was working, he looked at me and Fruity said, "Fruity, go get him, tell me fired." He literally said, "Take that W-2, rip it up, you fired." He said, "Go get in that." He said, "Go get in that bus right now, give me that tie. You work for me."
Wow.
So I ended up
That was a good firing.
being Eddie Murphy's personal assistant.
Wow.
Through PA throughout the
Yeah,
whole
yeah,
show.
yeah.
So I had the whole Murphy family, Nicole Murphy, everybody was there.
What?
I'm like, you know,
Mind blown.
yeah. At the end of the day, I just let you know. At the end of the day, at the end of it, I had to fold the tie up and put it in his big RV where he, we have his lunch. At, and I put it there. Yeah, that's what happened. And then in the middle of this,
The tie got a story all by itself.
All by itself.
I want to find that tie.
Right.
And I've been talking to them lately, so I want to find that tie. We talk about it.
That's
so
funny.
It's a beautiful thing. But in the midst of this is how God works. In the midst of this, he gets a call, and they need to reshoot. And they shot something else, this movie called Boomerang.
Boomerang. Yeah.
What?
So I'm here, like I'm hearing this, I'm ear hustling.
Yeah, yeah.
You got to shoot this one day. You got to reshoot this one scene. Okay, so I ended up fly on the wall in that situation. And it was a scene shot in D.C.
Okay.
The ending where Hallie and Eddie meet in the bus.
Oh, yeah.
That's shot in D.C. Northwest.
Wow.
Really?
That's a reshoot. And it was while we were shooting this thing with Gentleman. I'm standing in the background still with him.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
this.
yeah.
I'm seeing Halle Berry for the first time. This was her first introduction.
Yeah, absolutely.
So she was humble. I mean, she always is still. And I'm just looking like, wow, look at this. And I was mistaken as a Hudlin that day. From the
Kind of,
Yeah,
I see
you-
it.
I
I
can
see
see
it.
I was mistaken for Hudlin that day. They said,
I see it.
And so the extras were there, and they kind of knew I was with.
Right.
I love House Party.
Yeah, yeah. And, just so y'all know, I'm wearing suits every day.
With that tie.
Different times,
Different time.
But I'm wearing a suit every day.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So this is Howard Gibson, the PA who wears suits on the Distinguished Gentleman
Wow.
scene every day. People looking at me stopping cars like this in the suit, hot as in the middle of summer, like this. I got tissue up under that suit. I'm like this. Got my tie on.
I do know that about DC. It does get hot in the
It's
summer.
hot in the summer.
Humid. You can't breathe.
Yeah.
You can't breathe.
Yeah,
And I got
absolutely.
this tie on. I can't take it off because it don't look nice up underneath. So I got to keep
So they stuck.
I'm stuck with the tie on. This is the tie guy. And I'm the suit guy.
Yeah,
It's like,
right,
oh,
right.
Okay, so